All right, so it is a little after 10 o'clock, so we can go ahead and get started. So thank you guys all for joining this morning for the webinar. I have Greg Ross with me here from Signify, and he has a full agenda. He's going to be going over LED options, Y Phillips, industrial lighting, and so on and so forth. So Greg, whenever you're ready, you can start.
Well, thanks, Nicole. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Just want to let you guys know that people see the Signify up there. I'm Greg Ross. I've worked for Philips/Signify for 22 years, so I've been here quite a long time. The Signify name is pretty much our brand name, sort of like Procter & Gamble sells Tide and things like that. So Signify. Philips is still the same company as always been. We just created a banner name up there, Signify, just to let you guys know what that means, because sometimes people are like, did they sell? What did they do? It's still the exact same company. We just created a new name. So going on here, I want to show you guys, share with you today what we're going to do. I know there's a lot of options out there for LED, and I know there's a lot of applications for LED, but people don't necessarily know which ones to use. So what we got, I'll show you what options we have. I'll explain some different type of TLEDs. And then I'll also get in some industrial HIDs, which I think we have some industrial customers online for sure. And Light to Go and Evo Kit. So let me get started. What I'll do is that if you guys have any questions after each section, feel free to chime in and I'll try to answer them. All right. So which lighting product do I need? All right. So if you look at this, you go, all right, I can put lamps in. I know I got HID lamps that I can put in. I got fixtures. There's retrofit kits. There's lots of things that you can use. So what we'll try to do is touch on everything and get you guys in the right direction of what you might want to use. All right, so we're going to start with tubes. All right, LED tubes are probably the easiest thing to work with. All right, so you grab a tube and you can stick it right in the fixture. All right, there's three different types. There's a type A, a type B, and a type C. Type A lamps, all right, is what we call that. You pretty much pull them out of the box, just like a fluorescent lamp, and you stick them into the socket, and it'll work on the existing ballast. Somebody's making a little noise in the background. If you have a mute button, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and mute.
Okay. Type B, all right, is a fluorescent type lamp that you would actually stick into a socket, and you would actually bypass the ballast, all right, and you'd wire up the sockets directly, and you would actually run the lamp that way without a ballast. On type C, all right, that's when you buy a lamp and a driver combination, and you go ahead and put that in the socket. Advantages are, on type A items, you basically have an opportunity to make a quick fix, all right? You can buy a fluorescence, they've been running 32 watts. All right, you buy the LED version, it's going to run 17 watts. So instant savings, nothing else to do except to stick them in the socket. So that makes real easy to do. I would suggest that's, if minimally you ever did anything, you should do that first. That's a very easy thing to do. If you want to put them into the socket, all right, and get rid of the ballast, because hey, the ballasts are 7, 8 years old, let's go ahead and get rid of these. All right, then you would have to go type B. That incurs obviously a maintenance cost to go ahead and change out the ballast. So keep that in mind. All right. That lamp also costs a little bit more because it does have an integrated ballast inside it. Type C is the most efficient. All right. And you basically have a combination. And if you look at, if you're putting two pieces together that belong together, it's probably going to last longer and it's going to be more efficient. And overall, that's going to be the best solution. But Type A and Type B are very fine solutions. Type C would be, hey, I want to do the whole place with LED drivers. All right, next slide. So, all right, so Type B. All right, we're going to talk Type B today because it seems like that's the one when people are talking about the bypass ballast. All right, so what we have, all right, we have a lamp that there's no need to change the sockets. All right, so it's double-ended. All right, and we'll work on a rapid start lamp holder or an instant start. Keep this in mind when you're doing this because changing out sockets cause some cost to incur too. Our competitors up here, we don't name them by names, but they are the first letter of their brand. So just keep an eye out. Some of those do not work on both lamp holders. Well, with Philips, you got to make sure, I'm here to talk about overall information, but I'm going to tout my company a little bit because, we obviously are very, very conscientious of designs and safety and everything else. And I guarantee you'll get a very robust design. Sometimes you take apart some of the other guys and you realize that some of their parts they're putting in there may be a little inferior, and that's something we pride ourselves on. Quality of light is another piece of the pie that you want to look at. If you look down through, the last thing you want to do is look up your lights that are sitting in the ceiling and see striations in them, or you can see all the LED lights, LED diodes. All right, so keep that in mind when you're buying lamps too. Always test them out. And this is just another YRs, but I did that pretty quickly, and I'm a quick talker. So any questions on type A, B, and C lamps? Oh, I guess if everybody's on mute, I guess that doesn't work, does it, Nicole?
They can unmute themselves if they have a question.
Okay. All right, no questions?
Yeah, so real quick, Greg. So
Yep.
Real quick, yeah. So I noticed you have a safety circuit in there. We've had a problem before where I saw one of the plants we had. They put one of the, not yours, but somebody else's tube in there, and the thing actually caught on fire.
Yeah. So we throw extra safety in there because you're right. There's that chance of arcing. All right, and if a lamp arcs, all right, even fluorescents used to arc, and sometimes you get a little black end on them. All right. What happens there is we have a circuitry just like we do in our advanced ballasts also, that if any arcing or anything happens in these lamps, they will automatically shut off and be done. All right, so the risk of a fire or any kind of issues is eliminated. That's hard to find that information from some other competitors because they're not going to really come out and tell you that they use that. But we do have some information. If you ever need that, just contact Rumsey and we can get that information for you.
Okay, so is there anything we have to watch out for if I'm retrofitting into an existing fixture with as far as that ballast goes that's in there?
No, so we're very compatible with the ballast. We're compatible with like 270 ballasts. So most likely, and we have a list of those compatible ballasts for Type A. So you pretty much can, I would say, just get one of our lamps, stick it up in there, probably work. All right, but we can also, if you want to be a little safer and say, hey, I want to make sure that the ballasts we have are compatible, we have a compatibility list and we can send that to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, I'll move on here. LED HID replacements. Okay, so I know in the past, LED was good for fluorescent type of replacements because we couldn't get to the high wattage. All right, well now over the last year or two, we've got to the high wattage, so you can actually use them in like industrial plants and up to 400 watt metal halide type replacements. Okay, so what you're going to get, you use a 400 watt, you might be able to go down to 125 watts of LED. All right, so you can see some of the applications. Obviously, there's warehousing, industrial, and high bays, and any type of high ceilings or high output type of light. Outdoor, obviously, in parking lots and street lighting, stuff like that. So you also get longer life. I mean, some of these HID lamps would last 7,500 hours. All right, now we're at 50,000 hours. All right, so that's a benefit for you guys for maintenance costs. So our portfolio has basically what they called in the industry corncobs. Okay, so because they sort of look like a corncob when they're lit up, they got all these little diodes on. What happened is these came out and you see a lot of them out there, and if they just throw light out, and that's fine. That's what mostly a lamp is supposed to do. The fixture is supposed to actually push in the right direction. Well, some of the lamps didn't fit into the fixtures because they were quite large, or they heated up and then they would not last as long as they were supposed to. We've actually been a little slow to get this game because we wanted to make it right, and we now have a full package of corn cobs, and I'll talk about what else we have there. So on the top left there, you'll see the type. There's type A and type B type of downlights too. We call them, Highbay type of downlights. They'll be equivalent to like 250 to 400 watt. So it pushes the light down from a high ceiling. So if you're at 20 feet, whatever you're at, that light will get down. Whereas a corncob will push it out to the side. So you'd want to make sure if you have a high ceiling and you're looking to get the light down, you want to use some kind of fixture like that. Even on the top left there, there's CDM replacement par lamps. They're LED par lamps, all right, that really throw out a lot of light. So if you have, you know, an HID version up there, you can replace it with these. But even if you had a 120 volt type socket, you could actually stick one of these in and get yourself, you know, 2,500, 3,000 lumens coming down towards the ground. On the bottom left is, you know, just some of our corn cobs that we've come out with. Top right is a really inexpensive high bay / low bay lamp. All right, contact Rumsey and you'll see like, wow, those prices are really good. Now they're not as robustly made as a corn cob. All right, so the lifetime might not be as good. But if you need an inefficient way to just get a bunch of light out, maybe you don't use it very often, it'd be a good way to go. And obviously corn cobs there on the bottom side, including the directional wall packs that we have now introduced too. So, whoops. So we pretty much have an application for a product for any application. So you got high bay, low bay, you got post tops, you got shoebox lighting, cobra heads, wall packs. All right, anything you might need. Philip's got the whole portfolio for that. One of the things that I mentioned earlier was the size of the lamps. All right, so you can see when the lamp was 12 inches by 4 inches, 120 watts. All right, it didn't really fit into a lot of fixtures because the HID lamp was, maybe a small ED28 type package or, a little bit smaller, and the fixture was designed to, throw out that light. Well, we've introduced our corn cobs now are, you can see 8 inches by 4, pretty much in the same size as what a small HID lamp was like. And, we just showed a little picture there of the outline of what ANSI says is the outline for a true ED28 400 watt type of lamp. Other things you want to look for when you're looking at corn cobs is, try to buy one with a built-in surge protector. Sometimes you'll say, hey, well, Philips looks like they're $6 more than the other guy or $2 more than the other guy, right? That's kind of stuff right there that's going to save the lamp. You get a surge through there. The lamp will automatically detect that, and you'll save the lamp versus going out and buying another one. Safety slings, we put those in. There's a little loop there. These things they're not real heavy, but they're heavier than the predecessor of a metal halide lamp. So it's a nice little thing to have. Obviously, life is a big thing, and we pride ourselves on saying, hey, we're going to get to those levels. And then there's that thermal protection we talked about a little bit earlier. Another reason, if it gets too hot for any reason, it may cut itself off. And that's actually it's made to be that way on purpose. All right, because it runs too hot too long, it won't last very long. And that's just pretty much the portfolio. One thing we also do is we do CRI 80. All right, I'm not going to go too much into CRI, but incandescent being 100. Old metal halides, white metal halides would be like a 65 to 70, and a high pressure sodium would be like 25. All right, so 100 being the best. The 80s what usually like indoor fluorescents used to be, and that's what all our LED fluorescent replacements are also. And then here's those high bays I showed you a little earlier. All right, and you can see the lumen outputs are ridiculous, like 19,000 to 24,000. That's basically what a 400 watt metal halide fixture would push out. All right, the lamp itself, an old metal halide lamp was rated at 36,000 lumens, but the fixture could only push so much of that light down. All right, so when you're looking at 24,000 lumens, you'll actually probably increase the light levels in your facility if you put these in versus your 400 watt metal halide. All right, so any questions on HID LED lamp replacements? All right, good. All right, so I'll move on here to basically we're going to talk fixtures here. So I'm going to move in. So you can see some of the brands we have up here. So that's where that Signify comes in. So you got Signify, and we got Philips, Latalier, Daybright, Polaroid, Stonko, Hacko, and there's actually many more brands past that. But what we have here is it's pretty much a stock and flow type of a business where we actually say, hey, we have this stuff in stock, we're ready to roll. So these items are all we make them and they're ready to go. So sorry, the thing's sort of advancing by itself, but you can see we have good, better, best, and I'm going to go into each one of these real quickly just to give you an idea, because I think these are very good for industrial type applications, and you may even have other applications for them. So looking at the Highbay, all right, if you're looking for something that's inexpensive, but does a really good job at putting out light, we got what we call the value Highbay, all right, and you can see the lumen outputs 15,000 to 22. All right, so if maybe you have to add light, or you don't like your old fixtures, you want to put something new in, maybe you can go this way. We have 3 different type of high bays. This is still the value one. Okay, so basically it's durable construction. It's gonna do the job for you and get it done. This one here is actually a little more flexible. All right, it's got a little bit more lumens per watt. It comes in 12,000, 18,000, and 24,000. It has a little bit better finish to it. Looks like so if the look is something you're looking at, maybe that's just a little bit higher up on the scale on economics. We call that the better one. And then there's the same thing on that. And then this would be the best. All right, we've had this product now for I'm saying 8 years, and we haven't really had to change it. It's made of it's sturdy construction. It's a wonderful fixture. We've given it lots of options, so you can put different lenses on it if you want to. Obviously comes with a chain kit. It has wire guards, so if you put it in a gym or someplace where you're worried about something going up and hitting it, you're good. So that's our workhorse right there. If you don't like the looks of the old squares, all right, we've got a round one. All right, and you can see that's 15,000 and 22,000. So if you want to make it look a little different, you're used to that round circle up there, go ahead and look at this black one. It's sealed up. It actually looks really sharp when it's lit up. It does say it's also IP66 weatherproof rating, all right, which is a bonus there too. All right, so you also have strips. So many times you'll see strip lighting in your facility and say, hey, well, it's a little narrow area. I want to keep the strips. I don't need that big high bay up there that's pushing light over top of something. So these strips tend to do a good job. We try to, again, this is our light to go. We have thousands of other products, all right, that we would have. But light to go is sort of into stock, ready to roll. You guys can come in and pick it up, and we're good. So this is only a 4-foot version, 4,000 lumens, comes in 3,000K and 4,000K. Here's the FluxStream version. They're also very similar. All right, again, 4,000 lumens out of the 4 feet, so you're getting pretty good light output out of these fixtures. The basically comes down to the optics you want. So that's what's the difference on each one of those looks there. You got a wrap and an industrial round and the strip. If you want something just very basic, economical, you can just go with this wide strip. It actually looks like 2 lamps hanging off the ceiling, even though they're not lamps. They are actually just look like lamps, but have LEDs behind them, and you can see they can go up to 5,000 lumens for a 4-foot version. So very, very economical. There's no dimming on that, but it's a very economical way to get some light. And again, they don't have wattages on here, but we're talking about minimal amount of wattages. For 5,000 lumens, you're probably looking at maybe 40 watts. So it's not much at all, which with a fluorescent version, you used to probably use 95 to 105 watts. There's just more of that. All right, and then we also have the single version of that, what we had, but we can link them from one to another. So you basically just have a little linking cord. So this way they're all in one circuit. You don't have to worry about wiring each one. You just start hanging them and going. So again, you're at 3,200 lumens here for the strips, and you can link them. And very easy to install. Just a couple screws and you're ready to roll. Sealed strip, in case you're looking for something for keep the water out and keep it working in humidity or something like that. We do have a sealed strip that's in the Light to Go portfolio, so that's always an option too. There's a couple of slides in here about exit signs. Just know that Rumsey also has access to all of our chloride, which is our exit signs. So most of those are LEDs now. You got those. You got your LED remote lamp heads, indoor and outdoor. So if you need any of that stuff, we got those. Emergency units, anything you might need in this portfolio, we have everything there. Questions? All right. So last thing I want to talk about is a product that we call EvoKit Click. All right. So I know we talked basically industrial type fixtures and things like that, but we know everybody has offices too. So when you look at the offices, you say, all right, well, we probably want to do something in here. And again, you could put lamps in there. You could just, if it all depends what you have. Well, some people are like looking at flat panels. Flat panels are an option. You put them up there. But somebody's got to come in and take out the old fixture and put the flat panel up. This is an option right here that we've had for years, and then we just introduced this click version about a year ago. And what you got is you got about 5 or 6 pieces, and you basically take out the lens of your existing fixture, and and the lamps, and that's it. You don't have to do much more than that. And what you do is, and there's a video online. You can always go check out the video. Rumsey can point you in the right direction. But what happens is you can put these 5 pieces up in there, unhook the ballast, hook up the new driver. You can even leave the ballast up in the ceiling. All right. And when you do that, it takes about 5 minutes to stick this in there, and it looks like a brand new fixture when you're done. If you look at those pictures up to the top left, it looks like a brand new fixture. It looks like you did a huge retrofit. I mean, you came in and it didn't take you long. If you look at here, there's 10 fixtures. You do 10 fixtures in 5 minutes. It's an hour. All right, but the first one's going to take you more than 5 minutes. It's going to take you 10, but you'll get to the point where you can get these things done in like five minutes. So some of the features on this is obviously it gives a nice new look. It's hard to see that picture up in the top right there, but you can also put sensors on them. We have 2x2, 2x4, 1x4. All right, and you're going to lower your wattage minimally in half. All right, if you have fluorescent fixtures in right now. So here you go. Here's a nice little slide to show you. So present wattage of 85 watts. All right, and that would be T8. If you had T12 in there, it would be 140 watts. So you're going to go down to 30 watts with this new EvoKit Click. You're going to save 55. You operate 260 days a year, 12 hours a day, 3,100 hours a year. So you look down through here and you get to the bottom and you go, wow, each fixture is going to save me $20. And you start thinking about that, $20, those 10 fixtures, that's $200 in that room, $200 in that room. So paybacks can range from, depending, this is only 3,100 hours. Maybe you're working 5,000 hours. So it could be anywhere from, a year and a half to 3 years that you get your money back. And then after that, you'll be getting, on this example, $20 back every year on every fixture in the building. So lighting's a very good way to save money. It's an economical way it's a good place to put your money to make money. That's what I usually say. So good stuff. So one thing is you see a lot of is people talk about connected lighting. We get everything's connected at our houses now. Everybody's trying to sell something connected. The lighting's going to be the same way. So you'll see like those 10 fixtures we put in, we can put a sensor on them. All right, and you can literally look at your phone and say, all right, it's too bright in this conference room. All right, I'm gonna lower down with my phone. I'm gonna lower it down, dim it down to presentation mode. I can put a switch on the wall that controls those lights without running any wires. All right, this is all what's out there and coming. We also have a Lutron Vibe is out there, so we'll actually be compatible with their system. They put a little sensor on the fixtures. It could be somebody else's fixture. All right, so you can combine both systems together. So it's a very good step into being wireless, and you're using a low-cost retrofit kit to get there. Just some of our competitors, all right, you can see like we pride ourselves on LPW. That's lumens per watt. That's the miles per gallon of lighting. All right, that's how many every watt you use and how many lumens are being pushed out. And you know, you can see we do slightly better than everybody else, and we pride ourselves on that. This is a pretty good picture of what your options are. Okay, obviously this is an office application. All right, obviously you can start up top there with the TLEDs, or you can go down to the bottom and do a new fixture. Well, in between, you got your flat panel and you got your EvoKit click. So obviously all kinds of charts here. People are probably trying to figure out what's going on. TLEDs are always going to be the lowest price. New fixtures are always going to be the highest price. All right, so you got stuff in between there. Efficiency wise, they're all pretty good. You know, they're not that much different. You know, the fixtures and click get to be a little more efficient because they're more designed to what they need to do. The look, you look up in the ceiling, you see two lamps. It's not that, it doesn't look that good. All right, you look up and see a brand new fixture, you say, wow, you guys did a great job there, and this and that. Packaging, all right, obviously we have lots of TLEDs, there's lots of a lot more of those, so they're not as good as maybe a new fixture or something like that. You can connect a new fixture and an EvoKit click better than you can connect lamps and LED panels. Install time, obviously TLEDs are really easy to put in, so is that click. The other two, you got to pull out old fixtures, so that takes a little more. And serviceability, obviously, you probably don't have to maintain the new fixtures and clicks for 7 to 10 years, so you're good there. The TLEDs, depending if you got a ballast goes out or something like that, you might have to still change that. And then obviously we have rebates for all of these, and Rumsey can always update you on the rebates. And if you have any questions in the future, just go ahead and, like I said, send them off to Rumsey. I'm sure it'll flip around back over to us if we needed to, and we can always help you guys out. Yeah. Appreciate the time you guys gave us, and hopefully you'll see some value in moving your system up to an LED system.